I've got the perfect summer clay project for you. Let's make vibrant patchwork inspired beads with beautiful color gradients. We are going to throw some extruder magic into the mix. Hi, I'm Mihaela from Learn Polymer Clay, and let's dive in. Here are the colors that I intend to use for the project. So I have prepared yellow polymer clay, and I have prepared a larger amount of yellow polymer clay because I am going to put some into a silicone donut shaped base to make the donut bead. And then I've rolled 3 colors of polymer clay, meaning yellow, magenta and purple, into thin logs, and I'm going to put these 3 logs together to make a larger log, and I'm going to put it into the clay extruder. You'll have to roll this log on your tile until you are able to put it inside the extruder, and I'm going to use an elongated rectangle disc for the extruder, and then you'll just have to start extruding the clay, and you will end up with very beautiful color gradients and a very beautiful strip of colored polymer clay. And you'll notice that you'll have some colors on one side and other colors on the back on the other side, and so this is a very easy way to make beautiful color blends for your polymer clay. And then I'm going to use a resin mold to make a donut shape, and this is going to be the base of the bead. So I'm just placing yellow polymer clay inside the donut bead mold. This is a silicone mold for resin, but it works great with polymer clay. So I'm filling up the mold with yellow polymer clay. Of course, you can use the color of your choice for the base of the bead, and then use a blade to trim off the excess clay. And I'm going to carefully take the bead out of the mold, and then I'm going to put the extruded clay strip through the pasta machine through the setting number 6, and I am going to end up with a very thin strips of polymer clay, and I'm going to use them to make a patchwork design on the bead. So I'm just applying patches of colorful polymer clay that I'm tearing up with my hands. And this is quite an easy and fun technique, especially for the summer because we are working with colorful clay, and we are just playing with patches of colorful clay strips, and with beautiful gradients in some areas. And you'll notice that I've used the front of the extruded clay in some areas and the other side in other areas, and I really like this faux patchwork effect. And because I wanted to spice up a little bit the design, I decided to add a little bit of gold, imitation gold metal leaf, but just a little bit, not too much, because initially I had in mind a faux stone look, and I thought this imitation gold and glass shards that I'm also pressing into the clay, I thought this would give these beads a faux stone look. And so I also pressed some glass shards into the bead, and you can leave the back as it is, or you could texture the back. but I decided to use the same patchwork technique to make a beautiful bag. I am going to finish these beads with UV resin after baking the clay, of course. And for the moment I did not put UV resin on the bag, but I might. And I am going to attach an eye screw pin. I'm going to screw this eye screw pin inside the bead. And normally, if you don't put UV resin on the bead, and I've put some UV resin on the eye pin to secure it, you will have to take out these eye pins and glue them with Gorilla Glue. And so you'll just have to bake the pieces for 40 minutes in the preheated oven. I tent my pieces to protect them from direct heat. You'll have to let the clay cool down, and then you can put some varnish to protect the metal leaf and the shards. You could put UV resin for a beautiful shiny effect, or you can leave the clay as it is, but keep in mind that the glass shards and the metal leaf should be somehow protected. And I've used the brush to apply a coat of UV resin because I personally like shiny beads. And then you'll just have to use a UV lamp and cure the beads for 2 consecutive minutes. And these are the finished beads, and I personally like them very much. They are very summer inspired, very vibrant. I've just used jump rings and a metal element and elongated ear wires to beautifully finish this design. Thank you for watching the tutorial. Check out my other tutorials and stay tuned for more inspiration for work with Polymer Clay.